There we go. Okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome back.
Jesus.
I didn't get the sound.
You had to throw the fucking bottle cap?
They have to know.
Jesus.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Not Filters podcast, episode 14. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I am drinking a Atwater Brewery Decadent Dark Chocolate Ale. Tasty.
Wow.
It smells really good.
That does not sound appetizing. I'm Joseph with a Hams Classic.
I'm Gabe, and I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger IPA. It's almost like our last episode was recorded like 10 minutes ago.
Hey. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Breaking
about
the
it.
fourth wall.
Yeah.
The fourth wall. We're literally just talking to the listeners.
Nah.
There is no fourth wall.
Nah, okay, comic
Gonna
book
reach
master.
their fucking car stereo.
Who are you?
Oh,
Who are you?
my name is Mitch Hernandez.
Yeah?
Okay.
And,
He's a guest on the show.
Yeah. No, I am Dayton, and I am, just crushing these hams, just putting them back.
You guys split a 30 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on.
I'm trying to finish it before we leave.
How many got left?
This is
Too damn many.
my fourth.
Of your 15?
Yeah. Tonight's going to be fun.
Yikes.
I already packed. I'm
Yeah.
good to go.
Mm-hmm.
My night is
I
open.
still have to pack.
I have nothing going on.
Oof.
I gotta tell you, this beer tastes like dark chocolate, and I'm a fan. It's
Oh.
very good.
Keep
Oh,
that
I'm,
away.
glad that,
I
I'm glad that you're a fan.
I thought
'Cause
you
I
got
wouldn't
that beer, Joseph.
No, it's a different one.
Yeah, he got a different Atwater Brewery one.
Oh, okay.
Atwater Brewery.
I kn-
Shout out. They're good.
Are they like a Midwestern?
They're out of Detroit.
Okay, so
They're good. Yeah, so we're back for our fourth,
It's
well,
a malt.
14th.
episode, but this is the fourth one we recorded this week, so we're recording them all early for break. But, yeah.
It's a malt beer.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
Ugh. You know what else has malt in it?
Beer.
Natty Daddy.
Yeah.
All right, give me a sip.
Yeah, try
I'm
that.
taking a sip
Um,
for the listeners.
For the listeners.
Make sure you slurp it
Yeah.
right into the microphone. Gabe.
I don't think I'll maybe.
You gotta activate all
Dude,
the
that dark
dozen
chocolate
taste
flavor.
The
is
aftertaste
good.
is interesting.
Gabe, if you like that, you should try out the Finally Legal beer. That we have in the
Oh,
fridge. That one's
God.
really good.
Those are the worst.
What percent is it again?
13 and a half.
Jesus Christ.
It claims to be like chocolate and vanilla, but it just tastes like
That's
you're
a
taking-
liquor at that point.
You're just taking a shot.
Oh, God.
There's a little bit of chocolate
It's
in there.
nasty. I'd rather do a shot than that beer.
Oh, yeah.
Sub 5 seconds, baby.
Yeah, Dayton,
Shotgun one.
shotgun two of them.
No, just one.
One and
We
a half.
passed the
One and
one
a half.
around, and
Yeah.
everyone hated it, so Dayton stepped up to the plate.
I just
So
I
Dayton
just
probably
guzzled
has
it.
herpes mouth herpes after that one.
Yeah.
You died
And I got
immediately.
crabs, but that's a
That's a
whole
different
nother
story.
story.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Kidney
forget
stone.
to
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. Topic 1. We're finally doing it. What is the
Do
coolest...
we have 6 topics this episode?
Yeah, we have a lot.
Too many.
We're calling this episode the kitchen sink because we're running out of topics.
It's the running out of ideas.
Yeah.
We are scraping the bottom of the barrel.
And we're just throwing a bunch of shit in here. If you have any topic suggestions, let us know.
Our creativity has run dry from
Yeah.
exams.
Okay, I think it's valid.
You
You
know-
know, we've been going through finals. We've had other stuff
We
in
did
mind.
4
And we did
this week.
4 in week.
So we went
Yeah.
through 4 episodes worth in one fucking week.
Yeah.
That is true.
So we do have what? We've got 4 episodes I think about this.
Yeah.
We've got some time to
Got a
relax,
We have-
vacation.
we got vacation to talk
which is
about.
not
So, first topic. Gabe,
Oh, you can't ask me first.
what is the coolest thing you have seen with your own eyeballs?
You-
Like,
Given
so
me-
not through like a picture or anything.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like video. It's like, oh, I've seen Planet Earth too. That's pretty cool. Bullshit. I'm sure it's with your own eyes, but that's a damn
I
loophole.
don't know. You've given me 3 days. No, it's been over a week to think about
It's
this.
been more than a week that we've
And I
had
honestly
this
still
on there.
can't think of anything crazy because I don't I haven't traveled anywhere past Florida, which is fucking gross.
Fuck Florida.
Here's some neat shit in Florida.
Nope.
Yeah,
Florida
but
sucks.
You can see alligators. Alligators are neat.
I guess some of the if we're talking views. Okay, coolest thing I've ever seen nature wise is the only thing that comes to mind. Is there's some fucking awesome views up here.
Yeah.
I've climbed up this. I mean, it's kind of a mountain, but it's just a big hike. During the fall colors, my second year with my dad.
Where is that?
Forgot where it's.
Porcupine?
No, it's more south than that. It's It's got like 2 different names. There's a local name, and I have a picture. I can show you guys. I think it's like
Brockway Mountain?
That's in
Might
Copper
be.
Harbor.
Brockway's up there.
That's
in
north.
Copper Harbor.
Okay, then it might have been that one.
And you don't have to hike for that one.
Yeah, well, we fucked up and had to do we went the wrong way. No, it wasn't Brockway. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not describing this well.
No, you're not.
You're really slaughtering it.
It wasn't. I don't know what it's called.
Do you want us to come back to you, Gabe?
we spent like probably an hour hiking to it, and we got to see like the fall colors for like miles. Like it was an insane view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then secondly, I went and saw Mammoth Caves.
That's a cool one.
Really cool.
What's cool about them?
They're mammoth sized.
They're absolutely huge.
They're
They have
actually
a lot
gigantic.
of stalactites and stalagmites.
It is really neat. I don't know. It's just like one of those things where like when you see like those big like nature-esque scapes, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I am worthless.
just the fact that caves formed.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that like blows my mind is
That's
like
wild.
like caves, and like when I was going through the cave, like I like picked up a rock and I was like, this rock is probably like 20 plus million years old. I at the time was 16. Like to like pick up that rock and be like, this rock, like I kicked it, right? It's probably been sitting there for millions of years, and I just happened to like move it.
Yeah. 1 hour before you had another 16-year-old.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like that type of stuff, like really, you're like, wow, like, that exists. And like I'm just here for maybe 100 years if I'm like lucky. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around that old. There's no point after like 80.
Dayton, you posed this topic. I imagine you got something good cooking in that brain oven of yours.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way cooler than mine. It's just gonna be
so mine. Although I have seen a lot of really cool, landscapes,
picturesque views.
Yeah, picturesque views. Both the 2 coolest things that I have seen are not, landscape related, because to me the coolest things that can happen are the things that are just purely like statistics. Like you're just like statistically very unlikely to ever see that happening. So that drives my decision making. And the 2 coolest things, because I can't decide, they're both really cool. So the first one was I was walking down by the Portage, which is the canal that splits the Keweenaw Peninsula in 2, and I was walking right down the the canal one day going to work, and this was in the winter, and there was ice on the Portage, and I heard a noise, and I'm like, that's kind of a weird noise. Like I didn't know what it was, and then I look, across the Portage, and I see this crack propagating across the entire Portage.
It's like Ice Age.
Yeah,
like
damn Scrat.
Yeah, Scrat. That's his name.
And just like the noise that it made, because every time that it like took a turn, the noise changed. And that was just so fascinating to me, because I've never seen that, happen on that large of a scale. It's like, sure, if I step in like a frozen puddle or something like that, I can see cracks propagate that way. But
you didn't cause this at all. This was just
this was just it just happened. And then the next one was I was riding my motorcycle back in high school, I think, and I was going over this overpass of a freeway, and I was just kind of focused on the road, as you do. But out of like the corner of my eye, I saw this hawk just dive bombing, and it looked like it was gonna like dive bomb me.
Yeah.
But it came probably like 10 feet away from me, and it picked up a mouse from like the side of like the overpass, and it just like flew away. And just like seeing that happen like 10 feet away from me while I was like zooming past them.
Yeah.
Was just like nuts.
Dude, that nature shit. Like, I mean, there's tons of subreddits.
That nature shit.
Wow.
That stuff's so cool. Like,
Dude, could you imagine having the eyesight of a hawk? Like, what do you think it'd look like?
You can't even fathom it.
I know, I can't fathom it. Like you said, like,
well, it's just like saying, can you imagine seeing more colors? Like, it just
yeah, it's like that.
work.
There's that one like shrimp that can see like a color we can't even see.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. They can see like
infrared and ultraviolet.
3 times as many, and like, but they say like an eagle can read a newspaper from a football field away. It's like what's that even
Eagles
like, dude?
aren't literate. What are they talking about? That's a load of horse shit.
can't
Honestly.
fool me.
Joseph
Actually,
with the bad jokes.
I have a cool anecdote about the color thing. So supposedly, blue is the newest color that people have been able to pick up on. So if you read like ancient Greek like myths or like poem like the Iliad and the Odyssey, they don't describe the water as blue. They describe it as like a dark, usually like wine or like gray.
So they just not have the color, like the name of the color?
That was not a color that it was recognized.
What about the sky?
So they didn't have a name for it?
No, they just saw it as gray or like dark. Like it.
They didn't see it
a
different.
naming, it's a nomenclature thing.
No.
Like they didn't see it different from stone, is what Joe was saying.
Yeah.
Like, so like stone and water are the same color.
Yeah.
But like the sky though, was it always cloudy? Like, I don't
No,
understand.
what I heard is like it's similar to like color blindness, like a red blue like or red green like color blindness, but it'd be like blue where like blue was not recognized as a separate color.
That's weird.
If that makes sense.
But they can still see it. They could, their eyes could still detect the wavelength of light that blue was.
Yes, but they couldn't differentiate it between gray.
That's still a nomenclature issue.
I don't know. That's weird.
I don't think so. But anyway, it's interesting to read about stuff like that because, it's just like how when you read the text, like the especially like I think in the Odyssey, they talk about the water being like a dark, like a wine. Like
but I wonder
red.
if that's like to make you invoke an emotion of like wine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to give you more of a connotation than just water.
It could be.
Why didn't you go back in time and ask Homer?
But
that's the first thing to do when I get a time machine.
Yeah.
Go back and ask Homer what he was thinking about the color of water.
Yo, what up, dude?
But also, there's tribes in Africa that can see more shades of green than most people can.
Like they can differentiate between them.
Yeah, and I don't remember specifically if they
Dude,
can't
if
see
I ever have
blue,
a kid, I'm gonna like show him like different shades of green and start making different names.
But like they live in like the jungles. It's
Yeah,
like an African
exactly.
tribe, so they live in the jungle. So like you need to see all these different shades, and like they can
Or else
differentiate
you'll
between.
die.
Yeah.
You'll eat
So
the wrong plant.
So I thought that was an interesting
Yeah.
anecdote about just talking about the colors.
Wow, is that the coolest thing you've ever seen, Joseph?
No.
I once saw the color purple.
I think the coolest thing I've seen has been watching my nephew grow up. I know it's sappy and like, aw, but gay.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, I part of it's because he looks exactly like me, and that's kind of neat.
Part of it is because he is, yeah.
He's a mini me, but I still remember the first time like I held him and like he was less than a week old or about a week old or something, and like holding this small, hardly a person, alien potato that's like related to me, and like being able to hold him and like I still have like pictures of him, like I can go back to that day very clearly, very vividly. And then I don't know, just watching him grow up and seeing how like his personality is like blossoming, and even like watching my sister become a mother, from knowing her like
As a bully.
yeah, like and being like a mom and a bully and just horrible. No, she isn't that bad.
You're just saying it because she listens.
Yeah, her husband listens. He's a cool dude. But yeah, I think watching him grow up, and now like my other sister had twins over a year ago, so watching them grow up, like they're walking, and I'm excited for break because I get to see them.
You're gonna be a good dad, Joseph.
but watching them grow up it's been really cool to me. See, I'm trying to think another really cool thing. See, this was in high school. I went, was it my senior year? Yeah, we went to like Florida for like spring break. And my dad's like, it's day 3 of vacation. And he goes, I don't want to sit on this beach again.
Honestly.
And I'm like, I'm right there with you, Dad. Let's go do something. So we
I'm
found.
sick of relaxing, goddammit.
Well, like
Sitting on a beach is boring as fuck. Change my mind.
it's like okay for
It's
like
boring.
a day.
It was fun to like go on the waves and get
no,
knocked
it's
down.
okay
and
for
shit.
like 4 hours tops.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, you don't just sit like.
Then I start digging a hole to China.
Yeah, you can only do so many things at a
Two of those
beach.
you're swimming, one of them you're making sand castles, and the other hour you're throwing sand at your brother.
writing mean things in the sand.
Well, yeah, it's like okay, we like rented a sailboat, like a little sailboat, like a Hobie cat, and like
Yeah.
What's a Hobie cat?
it's a catamaran.
Okay.
With like a
If I had another word, I don't know.
a catamaran has
dual.
2 pontoons.
Oh.
And then there's like on these there's like a trampoline almost material
Okay.
between the two, and like obviously a frame, and it's just a sailboat, and they're fun. I like them. I like sailing. That's a fun hobby I do sometimes.
You seem like the kind of guy who'd like sailing.
You're not in the sailing club at Michigan Tech, therefore you cannot be a fan.
I signed up for the emails freshman year, and I never went.
I have some friends in the sailing club.
Anyway, so we were in Florida.
Not you.
And yeah, and so we found this like nature preserve, and this like just like huge expanse of land.
The Everglades?
No, it wasn't the Everglades. We were on the other side of the state.
Okay.
And we were like, oh, they do tours and shit like that. Let's just check it out. And like, oh yeah, you can rent kayaks. We got water. You're like, there's a lake. Yeah, I know they got water there.
No. I'm scared of kayaking with all those freaking crocodiles or gators or whatever they got.
No, there weren't gators there.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
But there were manatees, and a manatee breached within arm's reach of me. And okay, I don't know how often you've seen a manatee
I've
in
seen a
person. They are ugly.
Yeah. They're beat up too. Like oftentimes they have so many scars on them.
Yeah, from like boat props and stuff. But it breached right next to me, which at first I just hear a just like someone farted. And I'm like, what is that? And I look, and there's just like this a head breaching the water.
Sea cow.
Yeah. That was kind of neat. Just because, again, like, random chance was right next to me.
Right.
Another thing with breaching animals that I thought of.
I don't like the term breaching.
Yeah.
I don't like that one bit.
So,
penetrating the surface of the water.
God.
so
The next animal that he penetrated.
oh
Jesus.
My
Yeah, it does sound like a sex thing, but anyway.
Yeah.
continue.
my parents own like a cottage on a lake, and you know we hang out there in the summer,
Yeah.
and
I need to own a blueberry farm.
yeah, it's pretty great. You should have been born in a better family.
I don't know, not being bullied was
Anyway, and it was just my mom and I. We were just like floating like in the water on like inflatable rafts or whatever, and we knew that there was a large snapping turtle.
Oh, dude, I do not mess with
Dude.
Those things are fucking metal.
And the first time I saw its head, I thought it was a log. Like its head was
They're these
probably at least this big.
motherfuckers.
So like that's what a 2.5, 3 inch diameter or radius.
Yeah.
It's probably at
They're
least
big boys.
massive snapping turtle. So we knew there was a snapping turtle there.
Hell no, dude. I will not swim if there are snappers.
And so
You
it's
don't
like
like
always
that.
kind of one of those things where it's like on our mind. It doesn't stay like near us. It's like close enough that we can see it, but not right where we usually hang out. So like it's usually not a big deal. My mom and I are floating, and all of a sudden I hear my mom scream bloody murder. She goes, "Oh lordy, lordy!" And she starts like splashing and like trying to like paddle her way around. Like she's in a raft.
Yeah.
So like there's no good way to maneuver them. She's just like splashing, and I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "It's the turtle." Apparently, it was within like a couple feet of her, and like it was really funny to watch my mom freak out. Which like it's a very valid thing to freak out because like massive
I
snapper.
remember my grandpa telling me a story when I was younger. He had a snapping turtle problem. What he would do is he'd take a 2x4, walk out, and then let it bite the 2x4 because like they don't let go. When
Yeah.
they bite down, they're there for the fucking kill.
Yeah.
And then he'd chop its head off, and then make turtle soup out of it.
Jesus!
Dude, I've heard turtle soup's really good.
Anytime you had a snapping turtle problem, you do the same fucking thing.
And then you'd like eat the soup outside and like signal like, alright, don't mess with me.
I have this memory of back in, I was real young. I was at my grandparents' house and their neighbor was just like chopping up this turtle. It was a snapper. They were like butchering this turtle in their driveway of like this suburb. And like, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And they're like, oh, hey, do you want to like look at this? And they're like, you know, me being like a I don't know, 5 or 6 year old boy. I was like, yeah. And like, they were like, look, the heart's still like, it's still like beating.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's brutal. At that point, just kill it.
Well, no. Well, it was killed. Like, but like the heart was still pumping. Like,
Okay.
due to like nerve.
Right.
I don't know how this stuff works.
It's messed up.
Rigor mortis hadn't kicked in yet.
Yeah, it wasn't all stiff.
And my final cool thing. This one is actually
Dude, you can't have 4 cool things.
Hey!
for a man who said that he didn't have any idea.
Okay, they're coming to me now. Alright, once I start going, I'm fine.
This is gonna be an hour of Joseph like, I have one more thing. This is so cool. And it's
Hey, did you know this about my nephew?
so if you put this bread in a toaster, right, it becomes toast.
Jesus.
Do you want to hear it or not? I don't have to share it, but it's pretty cool.
Let's hear it. Better be fucking cool.
So I was skiing out west, and it was like a cloudy day, in which like that happened. Like it's winter, you know, so it gets cloudy.
Really?
And it was we took a chairlift up, you know, and
As you do.
and we're like, okay, it's cloudy. And then we got up a little higher. It's like, okay, we're in the clouds. But then getting past the clouds,
Cloud line, dude.
that was really cool too. Because you would like, it just looked like a sea, you know, of like clouds. And then you could see the other like peaks of the mountain.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. And you could like see exactly the line. What was scary was
Going
skiing into it because you don't know where you're about to go.
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't very like, it was a steep area and like, it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't freshly groomed. Like, this was like kind of
Backcountry.
I mean, it wasn't backcountry, but it was there was some shit in there, and so like it was spooky. But like just looking out over the clouds and just like seeing, you know, as far as the eye could see, and like the sky is like completely clear above you. That was really cool.
Yeah, dude, mountains are pretty cool when you think about it.
Dude, I love mountains.
Funny you mentioned that, Dayton.
Really?
Because the coolest thing I've seen with my own eyes involves a mountain.
Let me guess.
Copier.
It was in New Zealand.
Oh, you bet it was. Big surprise. The coolest thing I've seen is in New Zealand. Alright, so I'm on this hike, alright, with my boys.
Where was it?
It was near Wanaka.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that place is so cool, right, Joseph?
Okay.
Oh, I love that area.
Dayton knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, we're in this like national forest thingy, okay? Now, if you're unfamiliar, Gub,
I am, because I've never been there.
in New Zealand they have this this hut system, okay? So basically, when you want to go camping, you can like hike on this trail, and you can pay like $5 to some guy, and you can sleep in a hut instead of like in a tent.
Okay, it's run by their government.
Yeah,
so
it's legit.
it's not some like sketchy.
yeah.
So like anyone can just build a hut and people pay me money to sleep in it?
It's government, yeah, it's government regulated, and they keep up everything. So it's really awesome actually. The huts are like they're not nothing special, but there's room to cook, and there's mattress like beds.
So you don't need to pack shelter.
Yeah, and they're like windproof. Yeah, it's good stuff, right?
Okay.
So our plan was we're gonna drive into this parking lot, and then hike for a few hours, and then hike up this mountain and get this hut on the top of this mountain. Okay. So first thing we gotta do, we get up at 6 a.m. We drive for like 2 hours on super like rocky dirt road, right? Mind you, we're like in a fucking Toyota Corolla from like 1999. All right, her name was Karen. Okay, we're going on this dirt road, and it is loud. Like I don't know if this car is gonna make it. We had to go through 4 Fords in this fucking car. It has no clearance. We're busting through water. We had to park and wait for some sheep to pass us. It was a journey to get this parking lot. Okay, finally get to the parking lot. Okay.
Make New Zealand sound like it's just like not a country. Like it's just fucking.
So we get our packs on. All right. So I'm carrying like a pretty good sized pack.
Not ultralight.
Not ultralight. It's probably at least 40, if not 50
Oh
pounds.
my god, dude,
Okay.
that literally kills me to hear that.
We were not the most efficient packers.
That
Okay.
sounds awful.
And
But
too,
anyway.
like, you don't even have a tent.
Anyway.
Oh.
So we're hiking it,
Yikes.
and we're hiking through these farm fields. Okay.
How many nights are you planning on hiking?
This is it was an overnight.
Wow!
I might be exaggerating on the weight,
Dude,
but
I could have like a 5-pound pack for an overnight.
Just
Like,
listen.
There's nowhere
alright?
50 pounds.
anyway, okay, we're hiking in through these
Have you ever
fields,
felt 50 pounds?
and
I call
there's
hyperbole.
a lot of cows, Gabe.
Okay.
We had to hike through these. It was just farm
You
fields.
had to hike through cows. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Pastures.
Did you go cow
Pastures.
tipping?
And here's what happened. We go through this. We had to go through this gate. So we open the gate. We're going to buy some cows.
This doesn't involve cow shit, does it?
No, but
Okay.
the cows were like quiet and we were approaching.
Uh,
We enter the pen. They all start mooing in unison. And I'm like, I am not okay with this. Like, this is fucking creepy. But we survive the cows. We get to the hut at the bottom of the mountain. Okay, so there's like a 35 person. One's like the big boy. This is where most people stay. And it's like midday. You know, it's like noonish. And we met up with like this guy, and we had to talk to him because there's only 12 spots in the hut on the mountain, so we had to make sure there's actually room. He's like, yeah, you guys are good. You know, we paid him like $5. He's like, all right, you can go up the mountain. So then we had a 2-hour hike straight up, essentially, up this mountain. And when I say straight up, I mean like literally, like you're just like going up essentially stairs.
What was the name?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know the name of the hut was the Liverpool hut. We were going to. I could look it up at some point, but so we're just going up, and I was feeling pretty good. I mean, we'd been hunting for a while that day, but like I was in pretty good shape at that point, but I wasn't very strong. You know, like I had a lot of stamina. I wasn't like strong. So we're getting up there, and after about an hour in, my quads just start burning because I'm just like literally lifting this pack just straight up, like going upstairs, and I'm just like on my at one point I was on my hands and knees, like crawling up this mountain, you know. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, we need to get to the top of this thing. Like, where is this hut? And we finally break through the tree line, okay? And we clamber up onto the top of the mountain. And we look over. And we just, this huge vista, these mountains, there's this grass, there's trees, it's gorgeous. There's birds flying around. There's things called kias. There's green birds are flying around.
Alpine parrots.
They're alpine parrots. And I look over, and I see this cute little red hut sitting on the side of the mountain, and it was fucking awesome. Like it was such a cool view. I have a picture. I have a picture of it.
I want to see it.
It was amazing. Like I've never like after just dying. Like I was like, where are we gonna get there? And we just break through, and it was just quiet. You know, quiet. And we just see the birds flying, and we see this little hut on the side of the mountain, and we go over there. You know, the kias are these green birds that are parrots, and they're the only bird that have contagious laughter. So if one starts laughing, other ones start laughing.
That's fucking hilarious.
And they're fucking assholes, dude. Like, they'll fuck with you, and they'll steal your shit. If you leave your socks and shoes outside overnight, they'll just fucking take them. Like, they don't care. And you'll be like, the outhouse is like separate. If you're in the house, they're like clomping on the roof of it. And it was like steel, so they weren't gonna like get in or anything. But
They eat rubber.
yeah, they eat the rubber off your car.
Jesus.
So you
Someone
can't.
dicks.
Yeah, they're assholes, but they're
Yeah.
funny and they're pretty. But
It doesn't
yeah.
make them okay to be assholes.
No, yeah.
Just because you're pretty doesn't mean you can be a dick.
But that was definitely the coolest thing I've ever seen. But I will say, you guys talking made me remember some other stuff. So I'm.
You know, I heard that
Wait, hang on
that
a
view
second.
wasn't as cool as Joseph's nephew growing up.
So for the viewer or for the listeners, it's Mount Aspiring.
Yes, yeah. Mount Aspiring
I
National
looked it
Park.
up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look up pictures.
I want to show you. I won't. Obviously, the listeners can't see it, but I'll show you guys the picture of the hut 'cause it's really cool.
I looked it up on Google.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Gabe, you made me think of some other stuff. So when I was in like daycare, like before elementary school, we went to this. Like my daycare was cool. We actually had like field trips like every day, which was really nice. Like keep the kids entertained during the summer. So we went to this place called the Crystal Caves, I think it was called. It was similar to these Mammoth Caves. There's a lot of stalactites and stalagmites and a lot of just like refractive stuff. Yeah, that's it. And it was the first time. So we're in there, right? It was like a tour guide. And like, okay, we're gonna turn off the lights, and they turn off the lights, and it's a cave. It was, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
I have a great story for this.
And that was like the first time I'd ever experienced that. I'm like, this is fucking weird and kind of scary. Cause it was the most like pitch black I'd ever experienced at that time in my life. What's your story? You
Okay, so when I was probably about 10 years old. So we did a trip in the UP for a week. So we all went. My dad, my stepmom. We drove up with my brother, my stepbrother, and we hit a city. And then we'd go to the next city like 2 days later. I mean, city's a strong word.
In the UP?
So, we went to Iron Mountain, and that was, like, I did a report on it in, like, 4th grade or something. So, like, that's why I wanted to go so bad. So, yeah, stupid. So, we go to Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain of all places.
Yeah. So, Iron Mountain as, it's a lot like the Keweenaw, the fact that, like, they had a lot of iron, or, no shit, it's called Iron Mountain. They had a lot of iron, and they had copper as well. Mm-hmm. So it was a huge mining town back in the day, and there was mining tours, so like, let's go on it. And they like take you on the little mining cart and like ride you down or whatever. And we got into the deepest level that wasn't flooded because it's really common, for...
They have to pump those out.
Right. It's very common for those to flood very, like we had that one big incident earlier and
yeah.
We were like...
Well, I mean, that's because just due to like the water level.
Okay.
Or what's that word? Water table.
Yeah, water table. So anyways, we got to like the lowest level that we could get to, and they were like, back in the day, like electricity wasn't a thing, so like they wired the whole thing so there was like lights like in all these floors. Mm-hmm. So they turned off the lights, and they're like, this is what a miner had to work with, and then like it was just a candle, obviously. Mm-hmm. So there's like a candle on the helmet. So the guy like put on the candle, and like put on the helmet. And he's like, this is what they had. And my brother at the time, he's like probably 8, he starts like freaking out a little bit,
Yeah.
And like, because all you can see is the candle and the guy's face. Because it, again, pitch black. And then he's like, and then what if the candle goes out? And, and like, pitch black, obviously. You can't see in front of your face. And out of the fucking darkness, you hear my younger brother shriek in pure terror. And he's just like, freaking out. It's just like...
Dude, it's scary though,
he
man.
He didn't move. Like, he's still standing there. And my dad is just like trying his best to like not be that guy with that kid. He's like freaking
just
out.
Muffle.
And he's just like shrieking or whatever. They like turn on the lights just for him.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Dude,
bad.
all the other people were probably like, fuck that kid. Yeah. He's ruining my experience.
And he's just... the whole ride up, because it's a slow minecart.
Yeah.
So we take the minecart up, and he's just like, freaking out.
Probably traumatized from that.
Changed the person he is today. That one moment.
Yeah, and then
Fear of the unknown.
Some other ones I thought of when you guys were talking were dealing about the hawk. This isn't like super like unique to me, but like it's cool. There's been a couple times when I've been running back home, just out for a run, and I'd see just like a deer, like pop out in the trail, and I can get like 10 feet or like 5 feet to it, and then it'll finally like run away. It's fucking weird, man.
Should chase it. Try to tackle it sometime.
Yeah, my dog chases deer a lot, but yeah, it's so weird to see like something that like wild, that close up, I guess.
Oh, dude, seeing moose on Isle Royal.
Moose are freaky.
Wow.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me. Like I had like one earbud in, like listening to either like podcast, like music or something while I was hiking, and I hear this rustling. And I'm like, huh, like it's kind of weird. It must just be like a bird or something like that, just kind of rustling leaves.
Probably just a bird.
And then like 10 feet. No, it wasn't 10 feet away. It was like 30 feet away. I just see like this big old moose just like cross the path and then start walking straight down it. Because I mean, like, of course they're gonna walk on the path, so like that's like least resistance. It's a lot easier. But then I was just like, I don't know where he's at. Like, I don't want to get too close to him, so I just kind of chilled out on the trail for a little bit.
Yeah. You don't want to like spook him or anything.
Yeah.
And I guess the last thing is, Josie, you were talking about your nephew, is like, I think it applies to like all your relatives when you're in college. Yeah. Like when you're in college, you only see your relatives once, maybe twice a year.
You become that aunt. It's like, when I first saw you, you were too,
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I can hold
because
you.
like at least like your aunts and uncles, like they're aging like very slowly now because like they're in their 50s or 60s or 70s. But like your grandparents and like like kids that are just born, and your cousins maybe are like aging really fast.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like my cousin had a baby recently. She's probably like 2 or 2.5 or 3 now. Mm-hmm. I remember like going to the hospital to visit her like after she'd just been born, and then like the next time I saw her, she was already like walking. I'm like, what the fuck? Like how is this happening already? I'm like, oh yeah, it's been like a decent amount of time. And I see her again. And I'm like, wow, like you're really growing up. Like it's so crazy. And then my grandma was starting to kind of go at that point, and she went from like having like kind of like brown hair to just like stark white. And I'm like, and then being like kind of like okay to like super thin. Yeah. And I was like, wow, it was scary, honestly, to like watch her like deteriorate. And like it wasn't like as fast as I was perceiving it to be because I wasn't seeing her that often.
Right.
But that was really weird. And then the other kind of, maybe cool's not the right word, but interesting thing is like my cousin just had another baby, and due to complications, she had to have it early, about like 27 weeks in, as opposed to the normal 9 months. And the baby was only 2 pounds right now in the incubator. And I saw a picture, and it's just like...
Probably looks like a peanut.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I think it's going to be okay now. But, sorry, Milo. His name is Milo. I think he's going to be okay now. But being only a 2 pound...
Hey, you don't want to assume his gender.
Being only a 2 pound baby is weird.
Oh, jeez, kid.
That's awful.
Oh,
that is awful.
No, like honestly, it was touch and go for a little bit. I think they're okay now. But seeing a little boy like that's like not an actual baby yet is really weird. Like he is, but he isn't, you know. So. God damn it, Gabe.
That was terrible.
I found the line and I stepped over it.
You did.
All right, well, let's move on to our next topic in the kitchen sink episode. And Dayton, I'm going to you first because you said it. Pirate or ninja? Which would you rather be?
See, I think pirates.
Now, damn me your argument. You can either tell me the pro-pirate argument or the anti-ninja argument.
All right. Well, it's like the...
Okay, are we going off like actual ninjas or like
this is what you
movie like
whatever you perceive
portrayal of ninjas?
Whatever you perceive.
Both movie pirates and movie ninjas are way lamer or way cooler than like the
that's my point.
I'm thinking like movie versions.
Okay, let's just say you have to compare apples to apples. So if you're comparing movie ninjas to movie, then you gotta compare movie pirates.
That's fair.
You can't compare movie ninjas to actual pirates.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
All right, Dave. What's the pirate?
Dude, pirates? Are you kidding me? You get to go out and you get to see these amazing things, and you
mostly water.
Mostly water, except
for as far as you can see.
Yeah, and that is phenomenal.
Is it?
Yes.
But as a ninja, you can see the blood of your enemies.
As a pirate, you can too if you board their ship and plunder their booty.
See, when I think pirates, I just think dirty man.
You think that deters me?
No,
I
but
think
like
fruit with worms in it.
It's just not a healthy way to live.
Hardtack.
I think.
Yeah.
You ever seen a hardtack?
I think slamming some whiskey, going down beneath the deck.
It was probably
playing some dice.
But like, I feel like it's just it's not a. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a solid career path. It's not a stable.
Because being a ninja is.
Yeah. Well, it's more stable than being a pirate. A pirate's like, maybe we'll find treasure, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll see a ship we can steal from. Maybe we will, we won't. Maybe they'll have treasure that's actually good. You know, there's too much uncertainty, and you're getting screwed.
Okay, I'm gonna say
you're probably gonna die.
I feel like treasure is a very poor thing. Like
they're not really looking for treasure though. They're looking just to steal from people.
That's what I'm perceiving. I'm perceiving they're out, got treasure maps and shit. They're trying to find the Fountain of Youth. I saw Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Yeah, but there was one
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That sounds like a good movie. But like there's one part in Pirates of the Caribbean where they're actually like have like a chest of gold, and that's like cursed gold. Yeah. But like they're never like digging up maps and shit.
Now I will say, for one of those undead pirates, that'd be pretty cool.
The one with the eyeball that pops out.
Well, just
in the first one where they're skeletons.
Well, it's not because he's undead; he has a bad eye. But like when they
go
underwater
and
they turn skeletons.
Cool.
They turn skeletons in the moon.
I think both aren't like as cool as you think they'd be. Like,
nah, ninjas are cool, man.
I don't know. When I think of pirates, I honestly think of Assassin's Creed 4, and like them, like you get to like blow shit up. But if you're thinking about it realistically, you got a lot of medical issues, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of
You got
ninjas.
shitty stale bread, shitty fruit probably, and shitty alcohol.
No, it's not shitty.
But also,
Dude, that's high.
It's
That's high.
probably
High.
garbage.
Everything you're gonna eat is salted to shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably shit. And then like once in a blue fucking moon, you'd find an island you can like piss on. You know, like what are you gonna do? But like I don't know. At least in a ninja, you're like, all right, you're dead. I'm going back to bed. And like you know, you're a ninja. You're
Here's
like,
the ninja argument, all right? A ninja is better than a pirate in every way.
Oh,
Because
okay.
here's why.
clapback.
Anybody can be a pirate.
That is false.
Only the disciplined can be a ninja.
That is not true. That is inherently false. Okay.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. You're objectively wrong.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
Here are my opinions. I'm gonna take the historical approach
God damn it.
because that's where these stem from.
Ninjas were lame as fuck.
Ninjas,
So were
exactly.
pirates.
They were poor farmers trying to defend their land.
Those are samurai.
No,
No.
the samurai were
They're
trained
honorable
warriors.
warriors from
The
the country.
the ninjas were poor farmers who
They're gorilla.
they were guerrilla warfare.
Sounds cool to me.
I've heard that the throwing stars are actually just like made up.
Yeah.
But they got the swords.
No, that's samurai.
The ninjas also have swords.
No, they don't.
I'm thinking, this is what I'm perceiving, alright?
Okay, you're doing samurai versus pirates.
And that's a vastly
That
different.
is very
that's
different.
Vastly different.
Ninjas are very different than
Hey,
samurai.
But
You know they
samurai
can't-
don't cover their faces, ninjas do. Because ninjas are sneaky.
Samurai wore the mask. Some of them did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't sneaky.
Oh, okay.
Imagine Greninja.
Okay, no. Hold
okay?
on.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, but he's not a samurai.
Yeah, he's a
He
ninja.
shoots stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a ninja who has who has shurikens and he has a sword and he's an assassin.
Shurikens. Holy shit, that was some
And he's an assassin.
anime stuff.
All right, here's what I'm thinking in my head, Joseph.
Oh, hold on.
All right?
Can I finish my argument real quick?
Fine.
Okay. So you got a
No, I gotta cut
ninja.
you off.
Poor farmer trying to defend his land from the samurai because samurai were assholes. Controlled by the government, right?
Yeah.
So you got that. You're piss poor, trying to just provide for your
With
family.
probably some shank that you found.
Yeah, like literally shanking people and using farming tools like pitchforks to kill.
Can you
Okay.
imagine having a pitchfork made of Damascus steel? Like that's something that would be so funny.
Just
Anyway,
a
go
complete
on.
overkill. Okay. Or you're a pirate. Also poor, living on a boat, not seeing land for months, eating bullshit food. Like
How many
hardtack.
pirates do you think were gay?
Probably
Enough.
quite a bit.
Probably most.
Yeah.
Because it was commonly bad luck to have a woman on a ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably just chooch each other
So
off.
you know what they ate? It was hardtack, which is basically just shit compressed together into a cracker-like substance. Except this cracker has the hardness of a brick.
Don't forget about the salt.
Yeah,
Well, it's because it needed to have like zero moisture, so that it couldn't mold.
exactly. No, it's totally viable. So then I think you like boil it. It was like bouillon essentially. Okay, so you got that. You also got salted meats that taste more like salt than meat. All right,
Still provides sustenance. You
Yeah,
know?
protein.
and you got rum. That's what you're eating. You're eating bouillon
Hey, I'm on ninja. I'm on
Salt?
Team Ninja. All right.
Salt?
Pirates is not good.
and rum is what you got.
I'd
See,
rather
at
be a
least the
poor
pirates
farmer.
have food. Ninjas don't even have food. They're too fucking poor.
But here's what I'm.
But they're
They're probably
farmers.
cannibals.
They're farmers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Except
my point is that it is way better to be a pirate.
Yeah.
I'm still going pirate.
God, you.
Even historically. I okay, so like in South Haven, there is a tall
There's
ship.
a pirate ship.
It's not a pirate ship. It was in the War of 1812.
Was it actually?
It was. Not. It's a
Fought the-
re.
fought
It's
the
a
French. Is that what the War of 1812 was?
no. It was
No,
when the British.
It's British again.
It was Revolution Part 2.
So basically, the Brits are fighting French. We were fighting them at the same time. And we were just like, but the Brits were like, fuck Americans, we're trying to kill French right now. And then after they beat the French, they came back and tried to fuck us. And then
Yeah, it
burned
was
our-
basically like we're
Didn't they-
pissed about the
Yeah.
revolution.
And then they burned our White House.
That was 40 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah, they still burned our
they
White
were
House.
butthurt. Anyway, so it's
We
a
should- we
recreation
we
of a
should
boat that
get
was
back
sank
at 'em right
in
now.
Lake Erie during the War of
Nukes.
1812. Anyway, one of my good friends used to work on it, and ships are dangerous. Tall ships are fucking dangerous. He's told me stories about how he's dislocated his shoulder, popped it back into place, and kept fucking working. He would have
OSHA would like to have a word with their.
yeah, probably. But like
it was an ocean back then.
he would have to like climb up like the netting to like the top of the mast, and there's nowhere you can like connect a harness until you're at the top. So you have to climb the whole way
And don't fall.
Yeah, and don't fall.
While you're on the water.
Yeah.
When it's shaky.
Yes, exactly.
He's got a life jacket on, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. But yeah.
It's not an ideal situation.
So, these aren't the safest of conditions. However, I would rather be a pirate than a poor farmer in Japan.
It'd be riveting.
It would be really cool. You get to see new places.
More water.
And,
Joseph, you're just no
It's a
fun.
rail
That's what I'm coming down to.
No!
Here's what...
There might be more cons on the pirate list.
But
However,
there's no pros for the ninjas.
Exactly. There's no pros, and the cons are way worse. You're not even trained. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Let me get my argument. This is what I'm imagining a ninja is. Okay. Right? I am channeling Ninja Gaiden. I am channeling The Messenger. I'm channeling Assassin's Creed 2, some vibes. Okay, here's what we got.
Oh,
there's no ninjas in Assassin's Creed 2. It's in Rome.
But he's like a ninja. Okay.
No. Actually, it's not Rome. It's Italy. It's still Italy.
Just let me talk. Here's what I'm imagining. All right, just let me say my piece. Here's what I'm imagining. We got a boy.
Okay.
Taken in by a monastery. He's been trained in the martial arts by these monks.
That's not what a ninja is!
Just let me talk, okay? So he's been trained in the martial arts and how to use a sword and how to throw shurikens, okay?
Uh-huh.
Then
have you actually tried to throw a shuriken?
Have you guys seen The Last Samurai?
He returns to his home country of Nippon, aka Japan, okay? And
it sounds like some anime
Weibo shit.
Nippon is just Japan in Japanese. And then he's in his country and he gets a phone call from his buddy. He's like, hey,
phone call?
He's like, can you kill this dude for me? He's giving me some
Wait,
issues.
are there phones in your ideal ninja theory?
Whatever. He gets a message.
His pager tells him.
Yeah, his pager goes off.
His ancient pager.
This is happening way before phones.
And then he's like, hey, I need you to kill this guy for me. I'll give you 50 drachma or whatever is what's going on, right? And then he's like, okay, that sounds like an honest living. I'll kill this guy for money, right?
Yeah.
So then he goes and he sneaks in and he's like a shadow, you know? And then he assassinates the guy and he sees the soul leave his body. And then he takes the gold and he lives a good life being an assassin.
That's not what
and he's disciplined. He doesn't.
He
doesn't subscribe to hedonism.
I think you.
Okay, hold on.
He retains his monastery
with
discipline.
Where are you getting this ninja scenario from? Like, where have you...
Pop culture.
I want specifics. What media? Like, what movie?
Like ninja video games. They seem cool.
What ninja video game?
What ninja video game
Ninja
involves
Gaiden.
getting phone calls?
How's that?
It's a really old game.
It's like an NES game.
Some anime?
Yeah. Is it NES or SNES?
No, it's
I think
NES.
NES.
It is actually...
They made one for this.
The Messenger just came out and it's like based on Ninja Gaiden, and it's basically like that. There's like a ninja school. They learn how to be a ninja, and they like work for money.
I think that is the worst.
And they kill demons.
Depiction
it sounds like the medieval version of John Wick.
Yeah, dude. Gabe gets it.
But that's
not...
Okay, listen. I'm Team Ninja, but your vision of a ninja is ideal. It's just wrong.
I've never heard of any scenario
I'm just
without
saying,
a ninja.
I would be a
don't
ninja for those
next to you
reasons.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to sit next to Jacob anymore.
Dude,
you guys
we need a
swap?
pirate couch and a ninja couch.
Gabe, get the fuck out of here. I don't want your ninja scum getting anywhere near me.
You know what we could do is we could go to the next question.
No,
I think we should do that.
Oh, okay. Let's fight and then go to the
I don't know. I want to settle this debate.
No.
Because you guys are both
We're going to
wrong.
agree to disagree and we're going to move on to the next question.
Split 50-50.
All right. Would you rather live in a fantasy world or a sci-fi world? And when I say fantasy, I'm talking like The Witcher. There's monsters and there's magic. Okay? There's dragons. Whatever. There can be dragons. Like Skyrim. There's magic.
I've only ever beaten the Griffin in Witcher.
There's different races.
Yeah, that's about as far as I got.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's like that kind of world.
Hey,
you know what I'm
there's a
saying?
new sale on Steam.
And when I'm saying sci-fi, I'm talking like Star Wars, Borderlands, Blade Runner, Whatever, somewhere in
Whoa,
that realm.
whoa.
All right.
You would consider Borderlands sci-fi?
It's like Star Wars.
There's magic.
I'd consider
The
it sci-fi.
technology
There's
in it.
magic in Borderlands. Lilith
Yeah.
is like a fucking fire.
Okay,
Sci-fi.
but yeah, you're right. Sorry, so there's no magic in sci-fi. It's just technology. So which would you
But what
rather
if
be?
science
Is the
actually
Force-
magic?
wait.
Quantum.
Okay,
Quantum
but
physics.
I think we just uncovered a serious debate. Is the Force magic?
Oh my god!
It's a religion.
Yeah, but
Okay, I should
but
use-
it's not, the Force is not
I
technology.
shouldn't have used Star Wars as an example.
I'm just saying. That's a whole debate. That's a whole can
Okay,
of worms.
alright.
let's just say technology versus fantasy.
I'm 100% team sci-fi.
Why?
Just because, obviously I like technology.
Oh, really?
Did I mention before that I'm a 19? I think it'd be fucking cool as shit. Like, as long as it's not one of the, like, the dystopian ones or, like, you're always, like, watched and you can't, like, have free will.
Yeah.
As long as, like, the, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it would be really cool to, like, see that type of, like, technology and, like, augments. Like, can you imagine, like,
Deus Ex kind of stuff.
yeah, like, just being able to fucking augment your body and doing cool shit and, like...
Give me a
Cyber
chip
guy.
and implant me. Do it
Yeah.
right now.
No, I've seen iRobot enough times.
I know, I just think,
With
like,
Will
okay,
Smith.
obviously, like...
Oh.
I feel like fantasy worlds and sci-fi worlds, like, no matter what, are built to, like, have some form of conflict because it's for, like, a game or for a story or for
Yeah.
a movie. But I think, like, sci-fi would just be neat to, like, be able to, like, experience. Like, if I could have a fucking arm that's got, like, all these cool tools and shit, or, like...
Yeah.
So
Like
you want to be?
Cyberpunk.
You want to be? What's the
Cyborg?
Inspector?
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
Dude,
That's what I'm talking
no.
about.
Inspector Gadget is the way to go.
What
when
I
you
want
can choose
is
Inspector
to have-
Gadget,
okay,
you
imagine,
go
like-
Inspector Gadget.
Video games would be so much better. Entertainment in general, beyond fucking belief.
But it would just turn to Ready Player One where everybody's in VR all the
Dude,
time.
I'm
and nobody
okay
would
with
talk.
it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I think that would be better than fantasy. I wouldn't want to get killed by a dragon. I'd much rather be
See,
like,
I'd be down.
here's a laser I can fucking
See,
shoot you with.
the problem with fantasy is it's no different than living in, like, the Dark Ages where, like...
Not necessarily. Imagine your current life right now,
Except there's
but you
magic and
can
monsters.
spawn fireballs from the tips of your fingers,
Yeah,
and you
see,
can.
I'm with
Yeah.
Dayton.
and you
Oh,
can roast
okay.
people
I guess it
alive.
does. Okay,
I-
it
I'm
does
assuming,
depend on
like-
how you define fantasy.
Because my
Because there are
definition is,
fantasy
like...
where like you're a magician, but like in modern times, like Harry Potter. I mean, it's not modern times, but like
Yeah.
you know, like
Close
they-
Or like the show The Magicians on Sci-Fi, pretty decent.
No, don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa,
Anyway.
whoa, whoa, the magicians on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Sounds like a crossover episode I don't want to see.
Honestly.
But, like, when I think of, like, fantasy, my go-to is The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And,
I
like,
think
Gremlins
Skyrim.
and goblins.
like, I'm just saying, like, the standard of living, right, is piss poor.
I imagine shitting in a bucket and having soup every day for dinner.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't knock shitting in a bucket until you do it.
I like,
I would say-
like,
I think you can bring it to modern times though.
okay.
that
Just like-
changes things.
Just like you could bring the sci-fi stuff to modern times. Like it'd be like bringing sci-fi back, but bringing fantasy forward.
but you can't.
Oh,
the only
definitely fantasy. Definitely fantasy.
Okay,
yeah.
I feel like that changes my answer though.
Dude, fuck it. I'll be a fucking battle mage, dude. I don't give a shit. That'd be fucking awesome.
No, you'd be a paladin.
No, I want to shoot magic. I don't
No,
want to
no,
have
no.
a holy sword.
Yeah, that's what you got. You just got a silver sword that can slice through.
I don't want to be
vampires or
Uther
something.
Lightbringer. All right?
Yeah, I was gonna
wanna-
say you're like the Hearthstone character.
Yeah.
Job's done.
I mean, the technology would be cool and like the augmentations would be cool, but also magic though. Magic would be fucking
I
awesome.
still want to go. I would argue that some levels of sci-fi like are equivalent to like some forms of magic.
Yeah, I mean you could just install a flamethrower, but like it wouldn't be as cool.
I don't know.
The thing with sci-fi, like, dude, semiconductors, pretty much magic. Pretty much
I
magic.
know.
Maybe that's just because we had an awful professor.
I'm still, I didn't,
PFM, pure fucking magic.
also in a sci-fi setting, my job would be beyond secured.
Yeah,
Like-
sure. But also be a battle mage. Roam around like a ninja.
Yeah, but like
and
I
just
could
take
be like
jobs.
a fucking master
around like a
hacker.
ninja.
It could be
Dude.
Watch Dogs, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
Gabe, but imagine this. Your current knowledge level right now, if you're in sci-fi, they're just like, cool, our third graders know how to do this
Yeah,
shit.
I would be like that grandpa, or like, what the fuck's an iPhone?
But yeah, fantasy, dude. Like, imagine
Cool.
if you could like summon a dragon and then just be like,
And then
yo,
it kills you.
Yo, this kid's fucking annoying me. Dragon, pluck this kid up and eat him.
Yeah.
What is this, Bayonetta?
And you can ride him around to get places.
Oh, dude, riding a dragon would be so cool.
Or in a sci-fi universe, you could just fucking teleport because it exists.
Yeah, but teleportation. It opens up a whole nother, bag of worms.
It's sci-fi. It exists.
Bag of worms.
No. That doesn't get rid of the
Beam me
philosophical debate of if you're still the same human after you teleport because it gets rid of your mass in one
We know
spot.
how it works.
Yeah, but
Or
it still doesn't get rid of
If
that
you
whole
accidentally
debate.
teleport into somebody else,
It's sci-fi.
Not
It all
gonna be
works.
good.
It depends on what the teleportate. Like if it's what it is in like Star Trek, then you're not gonna be put into somebody else.
yeah, you have to be like specific pads. I've thought about that a lot. Like if teleportation, the early stages, there'll be specific pads,
It
and they have to be clear you, like, hey, get the fuck off this pad.
Yeah,
so
because someone else is coming.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
Well,
I feel like
okay.
it's funny. I feel like it would take longer to teleport because the line would be so long, as opposed to just driving to the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think
there'd be
with
like
long-
one location.
I feel like long distances, it would make more sense though.
Okay, but also in Harry Potter, there's basically
Flu powder.
teleportation.
Apparition.
There's flu powder and apparition. And however the fuck they got into the Ministry of Magic when they stood in the toilets. I forget which movie this was.
That's
They
gotta
stood
be
in
a
the
later
toilets.
one, right?
Huh?
It's gotta be like a later one.
Yeah, it was.
Dude,
but
the
it was
fucking
5 or 6.
ghost
I
that was in the bathrooms, Myrtle, is that her name?
Yeah.
Moaning Myrtle.
She was always fucking weird as shit.
It took me a long time to realize that was not Daniel Radcliffe in a wig.
Oh.
I'm not kidding you. It took me a long time to realize that.
Yikes.
Well, think about this, Gabe. Would you rather be in Smash Brothers? Would you rather be Robin or Samus?
Samus, 100%.
Robin would be cool though. She can fire and.
Okay.
Robin's a he/she.
Yeah, you could be either.
Sorry, I might get some flack for saying that. 28.
That wasn't the
2019.
right pronouns.
For the record, Dayton's saying that because you can play as either a boy or a girl, not because Robin's
Okay,
a
let's
transgender character.
Thank you for clarifying that for
In a
me.
fantasy world, you're stuck to that world. But in sci-fi, you can jump planets. Think about that.
Yeah, but who says other planets are cool?
Yeah, I don't know,
Me.
Mars.
Yeah, have you seen
can
the
go
pictures
past-
of Mars? It looks fucking desolate.
You can go to other solar
thank
systems
you.
in sci-fi, dude.
Yeah, and you know what else is there? More trees, probably.
I got fucking dragons here, dude. I don't need other
Dude, trees
planets.
may not even exist on another planet because it hadn't evolved to that point.
That's what I'm
It'd
saying.
be completely different.
Exactly.
It'd be completely new. It'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, except
You can
I'm
go
already in
play
that
No
world
Man's
in
Sky.
fantasy.
No,
I'm already living in
I
that
would
new
spend
world.
my whole life teleporting to different planets and be like, oh, that's fucking cool. Oh, I got a laser gun and I have a fucking robot arm that can kill people.
I think
and
that you're
turn
just trying to
them off.
fulfill your Rick and Morty fantasies.
I
That's
think he's
multidimensional.
still
I'm not saying
butthurt that No
multidimensional.
Man's Sky was garbage. That's what this is really about.
2 years later.
Apparently, it's better.
Gabe, we can also teleport to other planets. We'll just die when we get there because there's infrastructure
Well,
in
that
place.
sucks. In
But we
sci-fi,
can
I
do
know.
it.
You know what? I'm feeling attacked because I'm by myself, okay?
Yeah, you should because you're objectively wrong. Just like Jacob is objectively wrong with the whole ninjas
But I
thing.
went
He
to
also
Ninja.
picked Ninja.
Well, then you're double objectively.
Wow, you lost both these arguments.
Yikes.
Should we do our last one here?
I mean,
What's
we got,
the last
what,
one?
3
What's
minutes?
speaking of sci-fi? What's the future gonna be like?
Oh, dude, I feel like this is way longer. Than
This
2
is too
minutes.
much of a bit. This is a bigger topic for
Well,
another day.
Let's just
No,
do some bullet points.
no, let's
when
save-
are
let's
when are
save
flying
this
cars gonna be a thing?
Never.
Let's see.
I don't think ever.
I don't think
Really?
the liability.
But I feel like you need the space.
I feel like autonomous cars
What's-
should come first.
What's the point?
Well, here's
the
point.
problem is car crashes.
Well,
When
no,
you hit, you fall.
the problem.
Okay, you see?
You'll probably be dead by the time you get to the ground.
Okay, but
but no, here's the thing.
but
Joseph,
say you
you're
run out of gas. You fall.
You
you're
glide.
forgetting a very crucial thing.
Oh, I guess it doesn't probably have wings.
By the
If it
time
doesn't-
we have flying cars, they'll all be autonomous, which means they can all see each other, which means there won't be any car
How do you
crashes.
know?
How on what? We already have autonomous cars.
Okay.
By the time we have flying cars, every car will be autonomous for sure.
Okay,
Except for
I'll
some
give you
fucking grandpa.
I don't think flying cars will ever become a thing.
I
I think that
I think
it's a
the
use,
liability.
I think it's a use case that is not needed.
I think
You
it
can-
is needed because traffic would be so much better.
Okay,
'Cause you're getting
except-
so many more
what
levels.
I'm saying is
I
that
don't think it's
there
as
are
good as you
better
think it would
there are
be.
better alternatives than flying cars. What you can do, like with
Tesla is
The boring
building
company.
tunnels.
The boring
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, but you can
they're-
do both. You can do underground and above
I think
ground.
boring company would be more efficient.
dude, they're literally in a vacuum. Like
There's no
that's
resistance.
yeah.
I want them. And if I can't get flying cars, I want hoverboards.
You can get a hoverboard right now.
Yeah,
if it like there's like two kinds. There's the ones that use like the air propulsion, which is bullshit, and like there's the Lexus one that's like using magnets.
Yeah,
well, it uses what is it called? Superpositioning. It like locks them.
Superconductors.
Yeah,
well, it has to be liquid nitrogen cooled at all times.
And it like purposely like it's some weird ass polarity thing or like locks in the.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's super good.
Yeah, because there one commercial that came out in 2015, it made it look fucking awesome.
Well,
but in reality, they had like the magnets underneath the whole skate park.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not usable unless you have like specific infrastructure.
It's not
in
feasible.
place.
There was a book that I read, or a series of books that I read. I think it may have been like the Uglies and the Pretties, maybe.
Oh yeah, I've heard that
and they have like skateboards, and they just have like lines like built everywhere that they can like skate.
I mean, that makes sense. That's more feasible than
hoverboards. It's like a highway.
Yeah.
I think that
it's
part
like a subway, but like for skateboards.
If we're talking future, I think the part that I'm like a little interested about is A, quantum computers, obviously, and B, AI.
I think quantum computing is a whole farce.
It's absolutely not.
What's the draw? Just faster?
Okay, imagine this. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys.
Is it faster because it's a learning thing?
No. Here's the deal. Quantum computing is literally leaps and bounds better than traditional computing, correct?
How does it differ?
I can't tell you completely with like complete correctness, but the idea behind it is normal computers work with ones and zeros, right?
Yeah.
So it's 1 or a 0. Quantum computers are weird because it uses quantum mechanics to where it can be a 1 and a 0 at the same time, and you can change a bit to a 1, and it'll change bits you can't even see to a 1, essentially. That's how it works. So it has these weird superpositions, or it can be both. So it allows you to stack it at like a exponential rate to make it like exponentially more like quick. Here's the part that makes it fucky. For example, when you go on like Google.com, it uses encryption, right? So that someone doesn't hack your section. But that encryption is based off traditional computing. Let's say, our government uses the strongest encryption possible. It's like AES 256, like the biggest one. I'm sure they have their own like secret one they're not telling us about. They have a really strong encryption method. And brute forcing it is feasibly impossible with any computer on the planet. But if you have a computer that is leaps and bounds better than traditional computing, your encryption becomes useless.
Please brute force it.
Because you can brute force it because it's too fast. It can solve it so fast. The moment a feasible quantum computer comes out, encryption will be useless. They can get anything and everything they want because it doesn't matter. They can just brute force it. It's too fast.
What if you encrypt with a quantum computer?
That's the thing. But it's a race right now. It's who can get it first, who can get it to work.
But how does it work though? Like what materials? But
Yeah.
I'm saying like what's the theory? Like what materials would they use? Me and my materials engineers here.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
How is it physically possible?
It uses weird like.
I barely know how computers work in the first place.
It uses these
over
weird
break. I'm gonna watch a lot of YouTube videos on quantum computing. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll build one over winter break. Time will tell.
We also end up building your PC.
There's
again,
multiple versions, but like some they use like a vacuum, and that way they can change the bit. Right now it's too unpredictable. So sometimes, like, if they change the bit, it doesn't change what it's supposed to. But there's different methods. Some of them use, like, essentially these, like, weird balls that they can, like, interact with, like, artificially, like, from a distance. Others use vacuums because it makes it more controlled. Like, again, this is still something that's coming out. But once it does, traditional computing is gonna be...
Dunzo.
Obsolete. Like, if a government... Like, that's why governments want them so bad. Because when you get it to work, it allows you access to anything you want, and it allows you to run simulations that were never possible before.
Yeah.
Like, we have computers now that are like ridiculous, but the way they work is they chain a bunch of small computers together. Like supercomputers, all they are is a bunch of small computers hooked up together. Now imagine a bunch of quantum computers hooked up together.
Yeah.
Like the computational power is like absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It could possibly find out, why kids like tricks.
No, it's was it Cinnamon Toast Crunch? To see why kids like Cinnamon Toast.
Oh,
Crunch.
is that what it is?
I think it was.
That's the joke I was going for.
Yeah, because tricks are for kids.
Yeah.
But
But you get what I'm saying. Like that's a
No, I get what you're
scary
saying.
thing to think about.
Yeah. And I do think the other one is AI, but I actually want to make that a separate topic for another day.
Yeah.
I think AI we can actually all talk on. We can't really talk about quantum computing.
I'll have to brush up on my philososy class that I
I
took in
have
New
a
Zealand.
lot of opinions.
Yeah. Will I eventually fall in love with an AI?
No.
Who's to say?
I'll wait till next episode.
But yeah, we'll leave AI for another day. 'Cause I think
Next
that's
week,
actually really interesting.
same time, same channel.
G4.
That's
It's in the
what
game.
they used to say in.
Is it G4? Is that what it was?
What?
The channel.
What channel?
The one you. Never mind.
No, that's what they used to say on like old TV shows, like in the 60s.
Yeah, no, Joseph's right. I can't remember what. Yeah. what
It wasn't a
specifics,
specific thing. It was just like the end credits. They
Oh.
but Back before we had DVR, Gabe.
before
let me know.
when you had to go off a
Kino.
TV guide that you got in the mail,
Yikes.
And you're like, is it gonna be the same time, the same channel next week? And like, oh yeah.
and then they announce it
Yeah.
same time, same channel. Because
Right.
if
You're
you
like,
missed it,
oh, hell
you missed
yeah.
it.
All right, well that's our show. Thanks for listening to our random ass shit.
Smorgasbord.
Again, if you got some topics that you want us to do, let us know.
Please help.
Yeah.
But we got a couple cooking right now. We got AI for sure. We got one Dayton's cooking up. We'll be okay.
We'll have break ideas.
We're not falling apart yet.
Again, if you missed any of our episodes, you can find them all at ewfpodcast.libsyn.com. Our most recent episodes are up on SoundCloud. And yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.